Hey everyone, Gio here,
Y Juan Carlos.
and we are coming to you from the oldest city in the United States, St. Augustine, Florida.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
The first time for both of us coming here.
Yeah, we've never been here. We've passed by on I-95 going back and forth between Savannah, Georgia and South Florida many a time.
Many times we said we have to go there.
So one day we're going to come. So we are. We just checked into our hotel. We're staying in the historic district, so we're walking over. Directly behind us is the visitor center in this beautiful old building, or at least it looks old. I'm not sure if it is. But we're going to go check out the visitor center. We're going to walk around. We're going to check out St. Augustine. We're here for just a little over 24 hours, not too long. So in this video, we're going to show you what can you do in St. Augustine in 24 hours. Come with us as we explore it together. Well, I don't think we were expecting to walk into the visitor center and see the Spanish Corvette right here in front of us. It's a big, beautiful old ship. How cool. Well, the Great Plague of 1821 hit St. Augustine, and who knew that just 200 years later we'd pretty much go through the same thing, although not quite as devastating as it was back then due to modern technology. Fascinating. All right, so directly behind us are the two gates to the entry of St. Augustine, and they were built by the Spanish in 1808. And fortifying the town was actually a wall that was built around all of St. Augustine. And directly behind us on the opposite side of the street is the fort, which we'll probably go explore tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to go there.
Yeah, definitely. But we're going to go through the gate and we're going to go see what we see over here. Quite beautiful. Directly behind me is the Basilica de St. Augustine, which is the oldest parish in the United States, founded in 1565.
This is great coffee. We are at the Cucaburra. It's a little cafe here in St. Augustine. We decided to make a little stop for a coffee and just chill. And yeah, we're having a good time here. Oh, by the way, the name of this one is Honey Badger. And you know, Honey Badger don't give up.
And here in St. Augustine, there's this cool little venue called Colonial Oak, which is a music park where they have live music
And a beautiful oak.
and an amazing giant oak tree. Thus, the name of the venue. Nothing going on tonight, but check out the beautiful venue. It's cool. All right, so in the world of unexpected things, you guys know we're big Disney aficionados, and we found this little hallway, little hole in the wall, little avenue with a bunch of little shops off of the main historic. And here we go. It's this little thing called the Manuscript Library. It's a little tiny museum. And check this out. This is all Disney. Mark Davis drawings of Bambi. We've got stuff from Beauty and the Beast. Belle. I'll turn around and show you this. It's amazing what you can find. There you go, the Corpeli's mini museum. Pretty cool stuff. Alright, so we're having our first dining experience here in St. Augustine, and we decided to try River and Fort, a restaurant and bar directly across the street from the fort and the river, thus the name. It's got incredible reviews online, so we thought we'd give it a try. Starting out with a little sangria. We're sitting outside. Beautiful, beautiful night here in St. Augustine. And cheers to all of you. Let's see what Juan Carlos has to say about it.
Yeah, this is a beautiful spot, great sangria, beautiful view of the fort and the river. So far, it's a good. Enjoying our time.
And we placed our dinner orders. We're having calamari as an appetizer. Juan Carlos ordered a lobster roll. Sounds delish. And I am having a miso salmon with some ginger rice, which sounds really good too. So we'll show you the food. We'll let you know at the end what we think about this place.
The fried calamari was actually pretty good. It also comes with some peppers and one, I think it was only one jalapeno. And yeah, it was very satisfying. The lobster roll is gone because it was pretty good. Yeah, it was delicious. Yeah, all that you are looking for in a good lobster roll.
And I too am a member of the Clean Plate Club. I had the salmon, as you know, and I was a little worried at first because one of the items on the salmon was wasabi almonds. I'm not a big fan of really spicy things, so I got them on the side, but they were delicious and not overly spicy. The salmon was cooked perfectly, very tasty, and the jasmine rice, I'm sorry, it was a ginger jasmine rice, very, very good. So overall, I would say this is a great restaurant to check out if you're here in St. Augustine. Directly across the street from the Renaissance Hotel where we're staying is actually the original first Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. And one of the free things you can see, and yeah, I guess you might want to do it soon because, you know, we're in the state of Florida, and apparently this is not such a great thing because a principal was recently fired for showing what I'm about to show you. But there you go, here we are, out in the public, here in Florida. There's David. And this is only one of two replicas of the statue, all the way from Italy, in the world. And it's here, right here in St. Augustine, Florida, where literally, in the last couple of weeks, a principal was fired in the state of Florida because a parent complained that their child was subjected to art. I don't know, you be the judge. Was that right or wrong?
People, this is art. If you think this is maybe you need to check yourself, because this is art.
So a little bit of history. It was actually replicated and made in 1963 for the World's Fair in New York City, and then Ripley's acquired it in 2001 and brought it here. Cool. As I indicated, this is the original Ripley's, first one of its kind here in the United States. It's in a pretty cool structure, cool building. We're not going to go in because we visited the one in Orlando, and I feel like you've been to one, you've probably been to them all. But it's a cool tourist attraction located here in St. Augustine. So here in St. Augustine, you have the fort, which is Castillo de San Marcos. And since it's part of the National Park Service, and since we have a YouTube channel, there was recently some case law where you're not allowed to film in the national parks if you are a YouTuber and your channel is monetized. And I just spoke to the manager here, who's a park ranger. His name is Connor. And he asked me a couple questions, and he said, you know, are you planning on stopping the flow of traffic? And I said, no. He goes, do you have any lighting equipment with you? And I said, no. And he's like, it's just you and your travel channel? And I said, yes. And we just document our travels. And I asked, do I need to have a permit? And he said, no, I don't need a permit. There's still a lot of things up in the air, he said. But he said, go ahead and use my name if anything comes back to haunt us. So I can use the footage that I shot walking around the fort without any fear of retribution. I just wanted to make sure. So there you go. That's my experience here. Now that could be different at other national parks because I think there's still a lot of confusion. And there we go. We got our ticket to the park, and we have Park Ranger Connor documenting it. He's the one who gave us permission. So we're going to go in and check out Castillo de San Marcos. I'm super excited. When I was doing some research online here at the fort, as you can see over here, this is a moat that goes completely around the fort. Right now it's dry, but in inclement weather and during the rainy season here, and when storms wash up, the moat will actually fill up with water from the bay. It's kind of cool. All right, everyone, that concludes our time here at Castillo de San Marcos. It's a lovely fort. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. It's interesting. I love the top part. It's quite amazing. I mean, thinking about all the time, you know, that this has been here.
Yeah.
And
It's the oldest fort in the United States, dating back all the way to the 1500s. It's
yeah, I can imagine all the work that they had to put on to build such a massive structure back then.
So if you find yourself here in St. Augustine, definitely put this on your list of things to do. And it's not a long time. You can walk around the entire thing, go inside. Currently, if you don't have a park pass, it's $15 for adults to get in. Not a bad price. And takes, you know, depending on what's going on, a half hour to an hour of your time.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we are going to wrap things up with this video. So remember, happiness is
A lifestyle.
and we appreciate you all watching. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.